The journey of plastic bottles. Plastic bottles are used to store many different things. For example, water, cold drinks, oil, and medicines. These bottles are thrown in the garbage after use. What happens to these bottles after that? Have you ever thought about it? Where do these bottles come from? The raw materials for plastics are mineral oil and natural gas, which are obtained from refining crude petroleum. The components in these substances are isolated and made to undergo chemical reactions, by which polymers are produced. This is plastic, which is then converted into bottles and other different articles in factories. These bottles are filled with water, cold drinks, or oils and sold around the world. We buy these bottles, consume the water and cold drinks, and then throw the bottles in the garbage. What happens to them next? Let us see what the journey of the plastic bottles is like from here. Many such bottles reach the dumping ground along with other waste. A dumping ground is a place where the collected garbage in cities is dumped. These bottles just lie around in the dumping ground. For the next several days, all kinds of garbage get piled on top of them. Scientists say that it takes more than 500 years for plastic bottles to decompose completely. During this time, certain chemicals present in the garbage may react with the plastic and produce toxic substances which can leach into the soil. Rainwater can carry this toxic waste into rivers and ponds. The plastic also breaks up into smaller and smaller pieces and enters water sources, are eaten by animals and birds. And the harmful effects of these plastic bottles continue. Some plastic bottles have even reached this waterfall. They are carried by the water from the waterfall into the river and from the river into the ocean. It is said that about 8 million tons of plastic reaches the oceans every year. Marine animals get trapped in this plastic and die. When some aquatic creatures eat microscopic particles of this plastic, it reaches their stomach and can also become a cause of death of these organisms. The journey of some plastic bottles is different. Waste is segregated into proper categories outside this shop. A separate bin has been kept here for plastic waste. Some conscious citizens have thrown the plastic bottles in the right bin. These bottles will now be delivered to a factory where waste is recycled. Here, all the bottles are flattened and shaped into blocks. These blocks are then cut into smaller pieces. Many useful articles are then made by melting these pieces. So far, we have seen 3 different journeys of plastic bottles. Which of these journeys did you like the most? In which of these journeys were the plastic bottles disposed of properly? What is the reason for that? Think about it. Become a detective now and figure out what happens to the garbage that comes out of your house. Explore and write about the journey of the things you throw in the trash.